On the campus of the University of Houston, where our first event up this afternoon, the men's 800 meters. World record held by Sebastian Coe, the American record. Johnny Gray set in 1985, 142.60. And of course, the favorite in this race would have to be that man indeed, Johnny Gray himself. Who can beat him, Craig?
Well, no one is the favorite to beat him, although he's doubting himself a little bit. It's his first real 800-meter challenge of the year. He had a race earlier in the season where he jogged in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Mike Macinko in lane 2, Humphrey 3, Gray 4, Marshall 5, Stanley Redwine, another man to watch in 6, Jack Armour 7, Dave Moore in 8, and Ray Brown will wind up our field for the men's 800 meters. We have the guys that like to go out fast. Johnny Gray, ranked second in the world. He likes to go out fast. Brown likes to go out fast. Also, Regis Humphrey. Are they going to commit group suicide by going out that fast?
These guys are the kamikazes of the men's 800. They just go out in that first 400. They don't care what happens in that second lap. But Johnny Gray, while he's won so many championships in the Olympics, he's just never been able to do it. 5th last year, 7th in 1984.
We will keep our eye on Johnny Gray as they take the first turn. Johnny Gray, the 6'3", 167-pounder out of Santa Monica, California. And once, as we expected, it is a fast pace, quickly out, and there's a big group at the head of the pack.
Regis Humphrey, who went out very, very fast, is right there on the inside. He went out fast in his trial heat, and he's doing it again with Gray right alongside. And Gray doesn't look comfortable. Now he moves into the lead. He likes to be in the lead. He's got those long legs, 24 seconds at the first 200. Long legs that get caught up in the other guys if he's back in the pack.
Johnny Gray studying to be a paralegal. He said he wants a fast pace, and the only person he was worried about was himself. This is the part of the race, though, Craig, that he talked about. His third 200 he's really, really concerned about.
Right, they're coming up to the 400 now. It'll be the next 200 that he's worried about as we see Stanley Redwine taking the lead. Now, that's a surprise. When we talked to Redwine, he said, hey, let Gray, let Brown, let Humphrey go out quickly. I'm going to sit on these guys and pick up the scraps. Now, 51.6. That's not an incredibly fast pace, and it's Gray that now moves into the lead in that third 200.
We expected it to be this type of race. Johnny Gray, he has wondered why he can't win the big ones. The Olympics has wanted that young man.
And Gray seems to be in command now. It's Redwine who's on his tail, twice third in the Pan Am Games. Redwine is used to these big kinds of meets.
And we're coming into the final turn and into the home stretch. It is Johnny Gray, as expected. The American record holder, Stanley Redwine, is second. Johnny Gray starting to tighten up. Can Stanley Redwine catch him? He is making his move. Craig Masback, here he comes. It is Johnny Gray and Stanley Redwine. Johnny Gray looks like he'll be able to hold on, and he does. And Johnny Gray will win the men's 800 meters of the TAC Nationals.
One of his slowest winning times in a TAC championships, but considering the fact it's really only his first completed race of the season after a couple of trial races, a good victory for Johnny Gray.
Johnny Gray said he just wanted to get this one under his belt. He hit the final turn, and it appeared as though Stanley Redwine had enough energy to pass him, but he just couldn't do it.
I've rarely seen Johnny look so shaky on a home stretch when he went into the home stretch in the lead. Redwine sensed that he'd have a chance to come up and beat him, but he just couldn't get by. This is the sign of a true champion with Johnny Gray. He got out ahead. He faltered on the home stretch, but he never let the guys catch up.
Our question was, Johnny Gray was a runaway favorite. Could anybody catch him? The answer was no.
Here you see it again in the closing meters. All kinds of guys coming up to take that shot at Johnny Gray. They want his title as the best American 800-meter runner, but this is not the day to beat Johnny Gray.
Mike Macinko from Colorado trying to vie for that third position. A head-on shot of the pack. Redwine on your left, Johnny Gray on the right.
Johnny's still working with his high school coach, Merle McGee. He says he ran that 142.6, easing up. He wants to set another American record this year.
We still have coming up the men's and women's 400 meters. Stay with us on U.S. Olympic Gold as we continue live from Houston, Texas. Wait for the official results for the men's 800 meters. Carol Lewis is with our winner, Johnny Gray. Carol?
Hi, I'm here with a very tired and happy Johnny Gray. You said before the race that you were worried about that third 200, that the only person who could beat you was yourself. How did you feel?
Well, I think I dominated myself today in the third 200 in this race today. I feel very grateful and satisfied with my performance. I more or less use this as a training preparation. Find meat to choose for training preparation, but I didn't have no other choice. But I'm proud I came through, and I'm looking forward to a good year.
I think when we looked back, you ran a 2 minutes and 2 seconds in Brazil, and I think people were wondering if Johnny Gray was finished or what was he going to do this year.
Well, I know I had a lot of people wondering what was up with Johnny Gray. But Johnny Gray has new things in his life he's trying to get ready for, and that's the future. And I'm in law school, and I have a business, J&J's Check Cashing. And I still want to pursue my career because this is a talent I'm blessed with, and I want to fulfill it to the best, my potential.
Thanks a lot. We're going to go back up to Ron for results.
All right, Carol, one of the more personal men, Johnny Gray, wins the men's 800 meters, a time of 1:46.17. Stanley Redwine finishes second, and John Marshall winds up third. A minute ago, the officials have changed third place. Jack Armour instead of John Marshall finishes in third at 1:46.67, but the winner is still Johnny Gray. There was a lot of action at Robertson Stadium last night.